If you were completely honest with yourself, how long does it really take before like a cringe moment or a failed attempt just become a good story? A funny story, a part of your origin story that you can tell at parties or to your friends, or something that helped you shape into the person that you are today. If it's one thing that is for sure in this world, it is that you are not going to see the results you're looking for if you don't try. Right? It's so simple, but somehow it seems so hard to understand. I feel like we maybe just in our culture just think that people just like that overnight become like this huge success story, but we don't really know what happened before that. For some people, that might be the case, but for most of us, it's a long ride of attempt after attempt after attempt. But sometimes we just need to make mistakes, okay? We need to look stupid. We need to be cringe because it's when we do that we grow. We took the chance. We tried something, okay? Because if you just stay at the same place all the time because you are afraid that something is going to happen, or if people are not going to like you, or think that you're stupid, or that all of these negative things are going to happen, right? You think that that's why you don't do the thing you really want to do. You think everything is just gonna fall apart if you do this thing and look a little bit stupid, like losing this image that you are a perfect person that don't make mistakes. But isn't that what makes us all humans? Like, we are not perfect. And to believe that you're going to be perfect on the first attempt, like, girl, that ain't gonna be it. That ain't gonna be it. I'm sorry. Like, maybe for 0.0000092% of people that might be the case, but like really often we're not gonna be the best that we can be right away. And that's also why we don't try, because we maybe feel like it's a large chance that we're not gonna be perfect the first time. And we're right, we're not going to, as I just said. But to be comfortable with the thought that things don't need to be perfect for you to try. You don't need to be super motivated to start something. Okay? You can just start it and then the motivation will come by you just doing. You're building momentum. You're starting this chain reaction of things that's going to happen because you are just taking action. And as I started this with saying that, like, how long does it really take before it just turns out to be a good story? I can say that for myself. I've had a lot of cringy moments in my life, but honestly, I think that's what like created a little bit of spice. You know, we need to create a little bit of spice in our personality by doing cringy things, because then we got good stories to tell and we have lived. And people are going to notice that we have lived a life. We have tried different things, because the worst thing, and this is what's going to be the outcome if you don't really try out the things you want to try out or that you're scared to try out. What's going to happen is that you are going to hopefully get old, and you're gonna look back on your life and you're just gonna sit there with a lot of regret that you didn't try all the things you want to do. Like, do you think you're going to regret doing all the fun stuff that your imagination created? Like all the ideas you had? No, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I was so cool. And also, if you want to have kids and you can talk to your kids about how cool you were and how much you did when you were younger, like, honestly, that's a big slay. That's what I think about all the time. Like, I want to look back on my life and be like, I was so cool for just like taking the chance and just doing it without knowing how to. Just like jump right into it, see what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna be the outcome, but I'll try. I'm not afraid of changing, guys. Like, I feel like I changed all the times. Like, with this channel, I have one thing going on and then suddenly something happened. I'm like, that didn't really work out. Let's try this thing. And then, yeah, I'm just evolving. And I'm totally okay with that. Like, the things I thought a year ago, I might not see a little bit different right now. Or maybe I have changed one perspective, or yeah, I feel like things happens all the time, and it's been like this thing that I've thought so many times, like, now I understand, now I figured it all out, but then sometimes passes and then I'll be like, no, you didn't. I've learned something new, but now I know. And then some more time passes and whoa, surprise. You didn't know everything then. So just to be open that you can grow, you are a person that should grow because you have new experiences, but you're not going to grow if you don't really explore, if you don't really try new things or try it out. Like, you're not gonna have that perspective because you haven't tried it and you haven't really gotten the opportunity to get another perspective on a certain thing. And that is also why I'm so grateful that you are watching this video, that you are looking for videos like this, because that is what's gonna give you new insights. Maybe some of my thoughts or some of my experience might like light something in you. Maybe you're like, oh, she's right about that. Or maybe something you're like, this girl, she doesn't have a clue what she's talking about. And that's totally fine. But it's just a part of like transforming us into being the person that we're meant to be. And that is a changing and evolving person. Like, we all change. And that's so beautiful. And I also think it took a little bit of a while for me to understand that it's okay to want multiple things. It's okay to not only have this one thing that you want to do. And I know in all the books and people who are gurus and stuff in this field, like, you just need to focus on one thing and one thing only. And I kind of agree. I kind of agree that focus, it has a lot to do like with you putting time into one thing, but what if that category could be a little bit bigger? So for example, for me, I like to sit down and just like talk about like growth and stuff like that and make videos and like self-development. I love that. That's so cool, but it's just one part of me. Another part of me is that I love to be creative. I love to write. I love to like just like put together outfits, to make something myself with my hands, like if it's a mug or if it's a painting or if it's just a story in a video, like storytelling. Like, I just really love the creative part of it. And I think it's just so nice to see that you can have multiple sides. And this is also a thing I struggle with because I am a writer. I love to write. I have been writing since I was a little kid. Honestly, it's been my way of just dealing with the world and dealing with my emotions and just kind of go through it, you know, because it's so powerful when you can put your feelings and your emotions into words and into sentences and create a text out of it, because then you can read it and then you can kind of understand it and understand yourself more. And it's been like that for me for, yeah, my whole life, I think. Like, I had a diary when I was like 5 years old, just writing stuff down. When I was older, I just like wrote these essays about like why I was mad at my mom and stuff. Or when the family dog died when I was in middle school, like, I have always like processed my emotions through writing, and it's really beautiful, and it's something that I hold really dear to my heart. But it's also something that I want to share with others, because when you share your writing, when you share your art in general, you can inspire others, you can make others see stuff in another way. They can maybe see themselves in what you are explaining with your words or with your painting or with your vision. Like, they can see yourself and it makes them feel stuff. And that is something I would believe some of the most beautiful things there is, just to have this like shared bond almost through art and writing. I really love this. But at the other side, I want to be like a boss ass bitch. And you have this like vulnerable poet writer on this side, which is really like heartfelt, and then it's like, no, I'm a diva, don't fuck with me, la la la, that kind of vibe, like cool girl aesthetic. And it's just like these two versions, and for so long that they needed to like fight for their place in a way, and just to like, no, I can only be this person. But no, it's just multiple layers of you and you can make it into your own. It's no rules. It's no rules. You don't just need to be one thing to like make it easier for people, you know? You are not just like a category or a bucket, like you are multiple things. And that should really shine through in how you also show up in this world, that you show your nuances or the things that you want to share. Of course, you can keep things to yourself, but just to be aware that I have multiple layers and I love it. I love myself as I am with all my layers, and just the awareness that you have multiple layers is also such a freeing thought, because then you might wonder, oh, I thought I was like this, but I do actually have multiple layers that I have not really went that deep into and gotten to know yet, because I haven't gotten the chance, or I haven't known about it before now, before I heard this person say this, and I kind of feel this like tingling emotions like, fuck yeah, I do have unexplored territories inside of myself, you know, if that makes sense. I also think it's so interesting, like just the thoughts of like there being multiple dimensions out there, and I feel like there exists multiple Siljays, okay, out there. It's one who's just like playing it all safe and taking the safe route, and then there's Siljay who's really just like taking all the chances. She's just doing whatever she wants to do, and those two versions are going to create two completely different versions of Siljay and the life and everything. I just think about that a lot, and that kind of helps me when I'm about to like make a bold change or a decision. I often be like, okay, one version of Siljay is like taking this route. I wonder what that could be. Another is taking this route. But which one I am most intrigued by? Which one could lead to the ultimate like dream life for Siljay, like with the most joy and with the most expression of who I am as a person and with the most joy, really? Which life would I be most content with? Is it the safe route, or is it this route that I have no clue how it's gonna go? Because I feel like with the safe route, or we don't really never know what's going to happen, but with the safe route, you have more of a clue, like where it's going to lead, even though you can't control it, but you can see the other side more clearly. But when you go on this side, you're like, I don't know, man, how it's going to be, but it in some way feels right. It's scary. You really feel that this is a scary thing, like really unknown territory, but in some level you are intrigued by it, and something with it that just feels right. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's the highest version of Siljay who's just telling me this is the way to go. This is at least like a little like block in the road that I need to go through to become that highest version of myself, because it shapes me to be able to stand other challenges later on. Like, this is what I think all the time. And I think it's also helped me to not be that afraid of just trying new stuff, because that's been my philosophy since I was pretty young. Like, I just don't want to live with regrets. And that's maybe why I just like do things, because I just go with this true belief that if I just follow that feeling, if I just like seek the discomfort it really is to make the bold choice, it will in the end lead me to my dream self. And it's also so important to recognize that it's a part of the journey, like to also enjoy it. You need to enjoy the way there. You can't just like live in this belief that when you reach a certain point, then is when you're going to be happy. Of course, we all have hard days. Of course, we have breakdowns. Of course, life feels like shit sometimes, but it's also what you choose to do about it. If you work hard towards something that you want, like something that you dream of, this vision you have, like you are going to get these kind of boosts while doing it. You're going to get motivated because you see yourself as a person who is working towards her dream. And that is a pretty cool thing, to just know that you are a part of the group of people who goes out of their comfort zone, who really just like seek out their vision here in life. Everybody knows that you need to be so ballsy to do that, because it's not that many people who do it, sadly. And that's what I want to inspire with this whole video, that you just like need to tap into that feeling. You need to go out of that comfort zone and just like try it. And even though you failed, like, gosh, you have a good story. I have so many good stories. And a recent one, I just went on a blind date. It was the first blind date I have ever went on. And was I nervous? Of course I was nervous. I haven't been on a date with a dude in like 2.5 years. 2.5 years, okay? I was like, I don't know. And I didn't know anything about that person. But to my great surprise, it was a great dude. It was a handsome dude. And it was a great date. So that is fantastic. What wasn't that great, or didn't feel that great, was that I really liked this dude, but he wasn't that into me. So I low-key got rejected, right? And did that feel good? No, it didn't. But I am so proud of myself for just going on that blind date, even though I knew that it was a huge chance that it was not going to be a match. I did it anyways. And I didn't just do that. After the date, like, it went kind of silent. And it's really easy to just like cruise through and be like, okay, let it fade out. It happens. But I was like, you know what? No. That is just the safe route. That is the route through comfort, you know? I want to go out of that comfort zone. I want to confront this man, if he wants to meet me again or not. Because the worst thing is, if he actually did want to meet me but didn't, for some reason, reached out, and it could have become something great, right? Wouldn't that be sad? Wouldn't that be more sad than me just asking in a polite way if we should meet up again, you know? And he politely declined. But it's okay. Did it suck? Yes, it did. But now I'm here laughing about it. You know, I just took it as rejection therapy, and I'm good. And it wasn't scary. I didn't die. I just feel stronger. Like, hell yeah, I did that. I didn't just go on a blind date. I also got rejected with a big R. And I asked about it. Like, and I feel good. I feel so good. And I'm so proud of myself, you know? And that's a part of it. I feel like we've all heard the quote, like, behind a lot of work and behind a lot of pain, there's always the reward. And that was what I also felt. Like, I just felt like I became a better and more strong person from that little rejection or that little event. And yeah, that has really motivated me to now go more into my art and to write and everything. Don't get me wrong, I have not been writing poems about this dude that I met one time, even though no shame in that, but I've not done that. Like, the feelings wasn't that strong. I'm more like open-minded, like, ooh, intrigued, want to meet the dude again. Either way, I've not written poems, even though maybe, fuck it, maybe I should do it. Maybe I'm holding myself back. I'm not writing about him, I'm writing about my experience. You know what? Taking that back. This is just what I'm saying. Like, me coming in with my little version of how life is, and I'm like this and I just do this. No, that's a mental prison. You need to broaden your view. Like, me just saying, no, I'm not just gonna write about this dude after one date. Why not? Why shouldn't that be a source of inspiration for me? It's not stupid. It's not awkward to do it. I should do it. You know what? This is why I talk to the camera like this, because I can also kind of get my thoughts a little bit like more clearly. Great. And another thing, like, if we're talking about mistakes, is that I started the year, I don't know, you can see it on my last video. Like, obviously I had bangs. I cut my bangs myself, and from some angles in some like way it looked good, but most of the times it did not. So now I'm like stuck with this little thing until it grows more out. But my plan is just like to make it grow a little bit, and then I can get like cute side bangs and just let my hair grow. Like whatever, it's just hair. But I'm just proud of myself for doing that too, because I know it's something I wanted to do. I wanted to try it out again because, oh boy, I had bangs for many years while I was modeling and everything. But now I know how much like it takes to keep them cool. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna get bangs now, I need to do it myself, because I know I'm not gonna go to the hairdresser every other week to like keep it at that length. Like it's not happening, so I need to do it myself. But when I did it myself, it didn't really look that cool, and I was like, oh no, this was a mistake. But I'm proud of myself for just like doing it myself, having the balls to do it, because then I tried it. I know that if I didn't do it, I would just think about it and think about it and think about it and used a lot of my mental capacity thinking about it. But you know what? I just like done. Didn't think more about it. Now it's just growing out. And it's okay. It's okay. We need to like just dare to do stuff like that. It builds character, and it's like, okay, it might seem like such a small thing, but when you just like keep going and adding up all of these like small little things, you're going to have this whole repertoire. Oh, that seems so fun. Repertoire. I don't know if that's, I think it's a Norwegian word, or is it an English word? It sounded really fancy when I said it. I don't know, but like a collection is maybe a better word for this. Like this whole collection of just actions that you have taken, that you have like been going out of this comfort zone, this dreaded comfort zone, and you have just like been growing it and growing it and growing it, and suddenly it doesn't feel that scary to take that really bold move. All right, so as I said, all of these small things that I've just taken, the steps I've taken, it has now made me more comfortable pursuing more of my art, because I'm like, what the heck, why not get back on track? Like me filming this video again, I've been putting it off for so long, but now I'm doing it. Maybe changing a little bit like the visuals, maybe the style, but as I said earlier, it's all about growth and being open-minded for change, and just like see what I enjoy and just see what you enjoy, and then we will see what this whole thing will be. Also with the writing, I have started something called a Substack, which is basically a page where you can write your art, if it's poems, if it's essays, if it's like more longer stories, like whatever you want, and then you can get subscribers that get this sent to their email. So I have started that, and that's something completely new. I'm completely new to the platform, and for now, like honestly, I have 0 subscribers. I am writing to a blank space of the internet, like nobody is reading it, but I'm like, it's okay. It just gives me more opportunity for growth, and just like figuring out what I like, and just like honestly, I just look at it like I'm writing on my computer either way. Why not just give it an opportunity to blossom, to just like see where it can take you? Because Girly Pop, as I said, is a lover of writing. I love it so much. And I also took a degree in journalism. What's up? So it's kind of cool because it's like your own magazine, your own like publishing thing, Substack. So I'm really hyped to get like more into that and write more and express myself through that too. So if you would like to like have a little bit of a look on it, my name there is Silje Bergie at Substack. You know, I'm just gonna put it down below here if you want to check it out. And the thing with it is like you can make more like quote-ish vibes with writing notes, but then you have this longer formats, as I explained, that could be sent to your mail, and you have this newsletter. It's kind of a newsletter, honestly, and I have chosen to call it Bold Girls Do Cry, because I feel like that really resonated with me, because I want to write about my journey and where my bold moves take me. And with that journey, there is a lot of tears, and I love to write more poetry and stuff like that too. And that is really heartfelt and really my emotions out on the paper. So yeah, I just really want to be creative and real, and yeah, hopefully people will see themselves in me and be inspired in a way, or maybe more a support. We can be a support to each other. So I love that. Just check it out right here. And I just wanted to say, like, girl, feel so blessed that you're here, that you have watched this whole video just of me yapping. I hadn't really any structure. I just had all these ideas that I wanted to share with the internet, and that you chose to click on my video and that you have watched this far. That really, really warms my heart, okay? And it would mean even more if you would like to see more of me and subscribe to this channel, because yeah, this is not the last thing you're seeing for me. Might be in another format, I don't know. We're all growing and expanding over here. So yeah, I would love to talk more to you. I would love to connect with you in the comment section, and if you just could say something about what kind of thoughts you got while watching this video, or if anything like resonated with you or anything, I would love to just like chat a little bit about that. And also, if you liked the message, please give the video a thumbs up. That's what's gonna help it to reach even more people here on YouTube. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.